Welcome everyone to episode 1 of a series that I've been wanting to start for a very long time. This is my new Q&A series called Breaking It Down with Brickitect. This is also a series that you guys have wanted as well because I've gotten so many requests to start a Q&A series and it's finally happening today. This is going to be a little bit of a switch up over other Q&A series that you've probably watched where instead of staring at my ugly mug and just scaring you away from this, you're actually going to see me tearing apart or breaking it down, if you will, Lego sets that I've built in the past. In fact, you'll probably see some sets that you recognized over the last 3-4 months, maybe even further back than that. It's kind of killing two birds demonetized with one stone, where I can tear apart some sets, answer your questions, have a good time. It's a series that I'm really looking forward to, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. Of course, to start a Q&A series, there's one important thing that you need, which is questions. So I did a community post the other day, which is what you're looking at on the screen right now, asking you guys if you had anything you want to ask me. And boy, did you ever. 274 comments on this community post, which I think is the most that I've ever had in my entire life. So I'm going to answer some of the questions from this. Of course, I just picked a few. If there is a question that you have that you either asked or want to ask for a future episode, leave it down below because this will be a thing that I keep going, assuming there are questions. If we run out, then I guess that'll be the end and I'll never tear apart a Lego set again. So on that, let's roll into the first question. You know, I had to start this off with the most asked question that I get, even in this community post. The first one came through from Dragon Gaming Kid Friendly Gaming, who asks, what is your favorite Lego set of all time? And my answer to that is Lego Ninjago City. Fantastic set. I love every aspect of it. The build of it was so much fun, the way that I did it. I have good memories of that. I love the set itself. I love the playability. The visual design of it is fantastic. It's the most amazing set that I've ever built. I love it so much. So I'm happy to finally answer that question here, and I am happy to have a place where I can tell people to go when they ask that question, because I never plan to answer the question, what is your favorite Lego set, ever again. So that takes us to our next question from the Galaxy Studios, who asks, what Lego set do you dislike the most, or is your least favorite? Well, that answer, I'm going to say from my experience. I can't say a Lego set that I haven't bought is my least favorite. I'm just going to go with, in my experience, what's my least favorite Lego set that I've built? And that has to be Lego Forma. That was the most disappointing purchase that I've ever made in Lego. That was $80. I thought it was one of these awesome things where I was funding this Kickstarter, or Indiegogo, I guess it was, and I didn't want to miss out on it. So I spent the $80 to get this thing. And dude, it was very disappointing. Moving on from favorite questions, we got a question here from TurtleFlip222 who asks, what do you love most about Lego? Oh, that's a good question. There is so much to love about Lego, and I think we probably all share this, but what I love about Lego is the potential. The fact that you can go to a store and you can buy this box of plastic pieces, and you can take that box home and not only build the model that's included, but you can take those pieces and make them into whatever you want. I love the fact that it's interchangeable with any other thing that you've bought from the Lego company, and you could have a set from 1960 that you could still build today and enjoy, and it's just an amazing thing. I love the creativity behind it. I think it's one of the most playable toys. The fact that, like I compare it with an action figure that you might buy and play with and it's okay, but a Lego set is just a timeless thing, and it's a collectible. It's something that's only out for a period of time and then goes up in value. It's something that you can enjoy endlessly, and that's something that I did as a kid. And a part of it is also that. It just takes me back to my childhood too. So for all those reasons, that's why I love Lego. What do I love most about it? I'm just going to have to say all of those things. Next question comes from My Bricks, who says, do you remember your first Lego set? And unfortunately, I don't. I didn't have one of those experiences where I just went into the store with my family and we brought out a Lego set, or I don't remember having a Lego set for a birthday or anything like that. I just remember being like Clark's age and having this big box of Lego pieces that I would dump out and just build stuff endlessly. I remember getting Lego sets, but I don't remember that first one. I just remember having a bunch. The next question comes from Shark Dude Gaming, who asks, what's the story behind the name Brickitect? Which is a good question that I get a lot. When I came back into Lego, I decided that I wanted to relive my childhood and I wanted to get back into this. And I wanted to document it. I'd already been making YouTube videos and vlogs on another channel, which is Greg's World. You may have heard of it. And I wanted to do it in Lego. And I was like, what's a cool name? And I remember working out one day and this idea came to me, combine the word brick with architect to come with brickitect. And I thought that was really great. Looking back on it now, I really dislike having the word brick in my name because everybody in their gram has the word brick in their Lego name. I probably would have done something different. What it would be today, I don't know. But if I had to name my channel right now, I would call it Greg and Clark's Lego Journey because that's exactly what it is. Brickitect is just the name that it goes under. Next question comes from JNL Vlogs Gaming. It says, hey there, Greg. My question is that, what got you back into Lego after your dark age? Oh, I guess I kind of just answered this in that last question, but it really was just wanting to rekindle my childhood, having these amazing memories, this time where there was no stress, no worries, where I would just be sitting there building and enjoying it. I wanted to relive that. Maybe some of you younger guys and girls are into that right now, where you just really love what you're doing. And I'm telling you, you won't appreciate it until you're older, when you've got a family and bills and life and all this stuff going on, that you cherish those days of going back to that time of, I don't know what you want to call it, innocence, I suppose. I just wanted to get that back. And that's what this channel is to me. And I have been very successful at redoing that. Now I get to enjoy that with Clark Man, which is really awesome. Thank you for that question. And we'll go on to the next one, which is from Guy24. It said, how did your backlog start? Well, that's a very easy answer. I just started buying more sets than I was building. I was buying sets when I was working full time, and I was buying sets. If it went cheap enough, I'd be buying it, even if it wasn't a set I necessarily wanted, which is, as you guys can see in my collecting journey, I've kind of gotten away from that somewhat. I at least debate it now if a set's 50% off, but back in the day, if it was 50% off, it was going in my cart and I was buying that set. So the backlog started by getting behind on Lego sets and not having enough time to build them. And then even doing this full time, I'm building sets all the time, but I keep getting more stuff because of deals, and then people send us stuff in the mail, which is really awesome. But the backlog, I don't know if it's ever going to die, which is a good thing. I've always wanted to defeat the backlog, but I'm realizing once the backlog's dead, so is my channel, right? We got to have stuff to build. So that's how the backlog started. Maybe someday I'll be able to answer the question, how did the backlog die? And I'll say, I just built like every set like a madman. We'll see. Next question is from Gree. Says, I would love to know why you always find it necessary to keep the boxes of all the Lego sets you collect, especially since they take up such large amounts of space. And that is a good question. But for me, I know a lot of people, they build their sets, they dump the pieces into their collection, or they sort it out, organize it. For me, it becomes the part of collecting. I want to have these sets intact. I guess if I ever want to sell them, which I don't think I'll ever do, it makes it very simple to do that. But I like the idea of having a Lego library, as I like to call it, where I can come back, and we've done this. Clarkman wants to build a set. I pull a set off the shelf. We dump it out like it's a brand new set. Inside there is just a sealed Ziploc bag, as you'll see me doing in this video here as you're watching in the background. That's what I love to do. I like having everything the way it is. You are right that it takes up an incredible amount of space, and that is really unfortunate because I'm running out of space, but I have to. Next question comes from Star Wars Fan 24/7. It says, why do you and Clark call them minifingers? That is a question I wish I could answer for all the new people that come to my channel. In fact, I should just make its own video titled that, because I always get comments every day. People comment, you said minifingers, like they're like thinking I'm an idiot or we're stupid or something like that. And I'm always like, welcome to Brickitect. You must be new here. Welcome to Brickitect. So hit the subscribe button. It'll be the best decision you ever made. I usually say something funny to them, but the reason that we call them minifingers is because that's what Clark called them when he was 2 years old and we started doing this. He said minifingers, and then I started saying it, became a thing, and now it hurts my soul. I won't go that far, but it's almost like when I say minifigure, it sounds weird to me. And maybe you guys feel that way. I've heard other people say that too. Like they started saying it, and they say it to their friends, and their friends look at them like they're weird. Maybe we've started something, but for me, minifingers rolls off the tongue much easier than minifigure. It just isn't right, guys. Next question comes from Basically. It says, what is the best thing about sharing your Lego journey with Clark? What a great question. For me, it's the time together and the fact that my parents, my dad specifically, never put time into me and my Lego collecting journey, if we call it that back in the day. You know, I would get sets, they'd buy me sets, but I would do it independently, be by myself. And I just can't imagine being a dad that doesn't put the time into their kid. And especially when it comes to Lego, like what dad wouldn't want to be a part of that? Like even if I didn't do Lego the way that I do it, if Clark was building a Lego set, I would be like right there, man. I imagine most dads probably would be. Maybe you can comment on this. Hopefully your dad's involved in what you're doing, but I wanted to be the dad that I didn't have. I wanted to be a part of it. And I love the fact that we do this together. And I just hope this continues on as long as Clark's still interested in it. Which is a good segue into the next question from It's Bricks. He says, where do you see your channel in the future when Clark gets older? Where I see it is just more of the same. I think it's going to be even better once Clark gets older, because we'll go from, just me building sets, and you're seeing this transition happen right now, just me building the sets to him starting to get involved, to maybe him kind of just doing his own thing and him making videos if he wants to, or starting his own channel. Wherever this goes, it's our journey, and that's just where it's going to end up. If there ever comes a day where Clark is like, you know what, Dad? I hate building Lego sets. I've decided I don't like it anymore. So be it. I plan to keep doing this because I love Lego, and I can't see a future for myself where I'm not building Lego sets. Even when I'm 60, 70 years old, 90 years old, I plan to still be doing this. So hopefully you guys are still around then. You'll probably also be that old, and maybe your great grandkids will be watching Brickitect, but I think Clark's going to have a great opportunity here to do this as a business or for a living if he wants to. It'd be awesome, I think. Like, I would love to be in Clark's shoes, to be 4 years old and have all these people that love you online the way that you guys love Clark. Just think where that's going to be when he's 16, 17, 18. The fact that he might have 1 million subscribers when he's 18 years old and not have to worry about going to college if he doesn't want to or worrying about getting a job. The fact that he can just do this, assuming YouTube is still around, I think is incredible. It's just whether he wants to do it or not. It's totally up to him, and I'll support him no matter what. Next question comes from Vladimir Cherkev. Oh, this is my first butchering of a name. I'm sorry, Vladimir. I'm just going to end it. Let's try it. Vladimir Chervenkov. I think I got it. Does LEGO have too many licensed themes out today? And if so, would you like to see them produce more original themes like Ninjago or even remake classic themes like Castle or Space? I would love them to do all of the above. I know there's limitations to things, but I love seeing licensed themes because I know there's fan bases for almost everything out there, and there's nothing better than when you really love something to have it become a Lego set. So I don't want to say make less licensed themes. In fact, I've kind of come around to liking licensed sets more so than I used to. I used to just love Lego Creator so much, but now I'm feeling like those sets aren't as special as buying like a Star Wars set or Ninjago, or I guess that's not a licensed theme, but you get the idea, right? Like a set that's based on a specific thing as opposed to Creator Airplane, Creator Boat, Creator Car, and then next year, Creator Boat, Creator Airplane, Creator Car. It's like, you get what I'm saying. So I love to see more licensed stuff, and I'd love to see them remake classic themes too. Like if I could sacrifice something to get Castle or Space or even the Western sets back or Pirates, I would probably do it because that was so important to me as a child. What I would love them to do, and if LEGO wants to print money, as I always say, they need to just re-release sets from the early 90s for me. Even if you put a premium price tag on it, you start re-releasing some of those sets you already have the designs for, there'll really be nothing into it other than remaking the sets and reprinting the boxes and stuff. I would buy everything. Full price even. That's when you guys know I'm talking crazy. I'd pay full price. So can I choose all the above? I want everything, right? I think we all do as LEGO collectors. A related question to that, Mario Plush from Mars asks, if LEGO could get one license, what would you want it to be? And also, what LEGO set were you thinking it was super cool, but upon building it found out wasn't so great? Okay, I'll answer your first question. The license that I would love, and I've talked about this at great lengths, Nintendo. LEGO, Nintendo coming together, printing money. You want to talk about printing money? The fan bases would go nuts. If you think Lego and Disney is crazy, Lego and Nintendo, oh my goodness. Don't even go there. The Lego set that wasn't so great, I'm not going to use Forma because I already said that was my least favorite set. I'm going to go with the Ideas Maze. That was a set that I thought was really cool, but upon building it, I was like, oh man, it wasn't as good as what I'd hoped. Next question comes from Sir Dance-A-Lot. Any new Lego series you're looking forward to? Yes, Hidden Side. That is what I'm looking forward to. I think that's going to be a fantastic theme. So many great sets from that. I don't care about the technology functions of it. I just want the sets. I think they're great. Next question comes from BrickDude81. Says, in your opinion, which theme is better, Ninjago or Star Wars? Are you trying to get me shot, man? But I will say, if you're judging it from my collection, I have many more Star Wars sets than I have Ninjago sets, so take that with what you will. Next question comes from TurtleDude3343. Says, are you ever going to get the Lego Death Star? That was a set that for a long time I thought was like the pinnacle of Lego collecting, and I wanted it. I came up with like this plan on how I could buy it and build it and then give it all away, which I think I might talk about more later. I have like this plan. Just know that. So if I ever do get the Death Star, that's probably the way I do it. This next question I thought was really cool. JLSJ says, if you lived in a small caravan and could only bring one Lego set, what would you bring and what would Clark bring? So this is sort of like the desert island thing if you had one Lego set. And I think what we could do, I've thought about this a little bit. I think the best thing that I could do is I would bring the biggest Lego classic set that I could possibly find that has everything in it in terms of pieces. Like, I think I have like a 1,500 piece Lego classic set. I think that would be like the one set to bring with you. And then Clark could bring a minifinger pack, one of the ones like people at the beach, people in the woods, camping, whatever it is. So I bring the classic set, he brings the minifingers, we come together and we could build endlessly using the pieces from the classic set. Next question comes from Chicks with Bricks, says, do you use social media? I really don't so much. YouTube has been my obsession, my passion. I love watching YouTube. I love making YouTube videos, if you couldn't tell. So YouTube is my thing. If YouTube didn't exist, I would probably just disappear from the internet. But I also now have an Instagram if you want to follow me there. Brickitect is the name. I got that very early on. So if you want to follow me there, I post photos there every once in a while. I'm not a huge fan of Instagram though, because most people just use it as a platform to promote themselves. Like if I have to see another link in bio, it just sickens me. What I think Instagram should be, and what I use it as like a extra thing to what I'm doing on YouTube, not to promote a new video. I might take a picture of something unrelated and put it on there, but it's not just, here's my thumbnail for my video, link in bio, go watch it. I get sick of that, and I see so much of it, and I really appreciate people that use it the way that I do, which is to share something extra that you wouldn't ordinarily share. I kind of use it like in my community tab on YouTube, but personally, I have most of my audience on YouTube, so if I had to choose between posting a picture to Instagram or choosing to posting it on my community tab, which is where you guys are answering or asking all these questions, I would 100% post it on YouTube. So Instagram, I think I might just quit. I do like the direct message feature when I actually check it, but beyond that, I think Instagram's just a bunch of baloney. Next question comes from Petros24, who asks, why are your Lego boxes are open from the left side? And the answer to that's very simple. It's because actually we just ran out of time. I'm sorry, guys. We'll have to answer that one in a future episode. I want to thank everyone for watching this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this series. I'd love to make this a thing. Like I said, if you have any questions you want me to answer, leave them in this video and I'll do an episode 2 and we'll just keep this rolling. Thank you guys for being here for me. Thank you for your support, and we will see you in the next Breaking It Down with Brickitect.